in London, so a quick look at the overnight press and where we stand at the moment in the UK and Europe. Obviously today one of the major focuses and major events for the world economy will be the G8 summit in Italy. We're due to see that officially kick off at 1 o'clock London time this afternoon. However, as per normal, we've seen quite a bit of press attention this morning. Firstly from the FT, they report that world leaders, as they descend on the G8 summit, amid renewed fears that the fragile global economic recovery could be undermined by rising oil prices, something we've heard Chancellor Darling in the UK say before. Again, the threat of those higher oil prices dampening any potential recovery in the global markets. And elsewhere, as per usual as well, we've seen already a draft document being released by the Reuters Newswire ahead of this afternoon. Most importantly, and pretty much as expected, the G8 draft statement has no direct mention of currency or foreign exchange, as has been much of the talk from various officials from around the world. And they agree the need to repair exit strategies, but only once recovery is ensured, with the G8 committed to ensure financial stability in the medium term. In terms of other news that has been released overnight that is worth noting, in the US late yesterday, CNBC's Charlie Gasparino, a closely followed market commentator, he said the US are to unveil that public-private investment partnership, the PPIP, possibly as early as today. Investor Wilbur Ross has also said that the PPIP looks like it could be in a range of $120 to $125 billion program, which is quite a bit larger than what some were predicting last week. It's obviously something we'll be keeping a close eye on when the US session begins later on today. Elsewhere in Europe, ECB's Spini Smaggi said the financial situation for banks has improved and recovery should start in 2010. In terms of UK news at the moment, the major event was overnight. We saw nationwide consumer confidence for June came in at 58, which was better than the expected 55. Nationwide saying the increase was driven by expectations index, which shows that consumers are more confident that the economy will be better than today in 6 months' time. And elsewhere at 12:30 we'll be looking out for any comments from UK Chancellor Darling, covered in the front page of the FT and has been over the weekend, looking to outline a tough regulatory regime for the financial service industry that could impose heavier capital and liquidity standards on banks that pose the greatest risk to the financial system. In terms of equity markets at the moment, obviously quite a bit of caution ahead of the US earnings season, which we'll see officially begin today with Alcoa reporting pre-markets. At the moment, in terms of the equities, pretty much flat in terms of the FTSE and CAC, with the DAX seeing a slight outperformance. E.ON a decent gainer this morning. We have seen a note out of Goldman Sachs. They've had European utilities shares raised to attractive valuation. In terms of the calendar then, 9 o'clock, we'll be looking for any further indications of a possible stabilisation in the UK housing market with the Halifax house price numbers for June. And then from the Eurozone, we'll see GDP at 10 o'clock, German industrial production at 11. And then again, very much a light day in terms of the US calendar. No major economic data, so I anticipate much of the focus is going to be on those Alcoa earnings. And we'll see the oil inventory numbers later on this afternoon.